but I never snitch like a 6'9". Nope. Pull up in a 6'4", going up the motherfucking west side. Crips riding with me like it's 92. New J's on Carolina blue. Getting to the bag like I'm Uncle Scrooge. Yeah, I've been through a lot and got a lot to prove. This right here is a slapper. 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 This right here is a slapper.
Bustin' the dough like Urkel, nigga smoking purple. Pull off in my whip, screech, huh, Lisa Turtle. Bitch body and bag of her, man, she wear a girdle. Put the condom on my dick because the bitch is fertile. Beat slapping like he 40 on it. Got my little Brody on it. All the smoke, you know we want it. LA shit, West Coast, we stay lit. Volume 10, nigga, stay with the pistol grip. 2 chains on my neck, no titty, boy. Like a beat out the ring, huh, like my name was Roy Jones. Take that, huh, Sean Combs. And if she ain't fucking, she could catch a Uber home. No dreads, but go dumb with the ball head. Boys got a high success rate like the feds. Throwing the towel, y'all little dogs, bow wow. And I'm a big dog, get you up and fuck the chow.
This right here is a slapper. 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 This right here is a slapper.
I ain't on my shit, I ain't feeling myself. Yeah, I keep a bad bitch on my whole top shelf. Like my nigga said, this right here is a slapper. Look for it in your baby mama favorite rapper recipe. Smack drop, go stupid, go dumb. I don't give a bitch nothing but hard dick and bubble gum. From the Bay to LA, all my niggas getting rich. Do the hawk on the horn, just sauce on my bitch. I made it one time. Swing a Benz like a Hyundai, rolling up tree like bonsai. Nigga, what's beef to a small fry? I get on that bitch heels like fungi. Catch me at the side show blowing sock. Gas ain't gon' eat paper plates on the cot. On the tip of tycoon, all my niggas do is sumo. Niggas mad cause they bitch wanna kick it like judo. Coach.
This right here is a slapper. 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 This right here.
This right here is a slapper. This right, where Chase Boy at? Chase Boy, you on here? I got something to show you, Chase Boy. We was talking about something earlier. We was talking about nigga moments earlier, Chase Boy. Hey, Sherry K. Hey, Sir Ford, Coco Hayes. What's up with you? What's that? I'm a Chuckleberry. I'm a Chuckleberry. Hey, Sir Ford, long time no see. We've been missing you. We've been missing you, right? With Miss Chocolate Coco, she know we on today. I just text her and tell her we gonna be on right now. Where's Miss Chocolate and Coco? I don't see them up in here in the text nowhere. Chase Boy, you gotta see this show because I want to show you a nigga moment almost had. You know, black people have nigga moments, right? We have nigga moments, and you can't be nice to certain people like liberals and stuff like that. You can't be nice to liberals. Unless you try to be nice to liberals and stuff, especially black people. You see, I host a lot of shows. I told you I host a lot of shows, especially at night, little rap shows and stuff like that. But right, I finance the show. DK, what up with it? I finance the shows, right? I put up my money. I rent the club. I buy the DJ. I give out the prizes. You know, I give out the cash for the winners and stuff like that. So it's basically my show. I let people, you know, they rap promoters and stuff like that. You know, they brought the rappers in and stuff like that. So I pretty much still let them run the music part, right? But then I run the comedy part because it's my show. I do what the fuck I want to. If I want to turn it to a whole comedy show with no music, if I want to, I done it. I went out, I promoted it. I got the people there. It's my show. People come to see what I put together. They didn't come to see you. They come to see me and the stuff I put together. But you have this dude, right? He's a music promoter. Evidently, he didn't know this was my show, right? And he tried to take over the microphone, like gave me the microphone, right? Let's prove right here before we get into Sajuon Barkley, you can't be a nice guy, right? But I had to, I went from a businessman and I went from a nigga, then I went back to a businessman, right? As you see, right? Like I say, I'm still a work in progress as far as, you know, me trying to dissolve situations and my ego and my pride getting in the way. I'm still a working ego, but you're about to see it play out right here. Let's go. Oh, let me push unmute. Let me push unmute. You about to see it play out right here. Can you even hear it? Hold on. You see him try to snatch the mic from me? Look, you see him try to snatch the mic from me? He wouldn't give me the mic. I'm trying to keep it calm. Right? He's still playing with the microphone.
Yeah, you don't like to be played with, huh?
Funny guy.
This is your show, nigga? Asking, my nigga. You taking control of the mic, nigga. I'm just asking, my nigga.
Is this your show? I don't think he knew what show it was. I say, is this your show, nigga? Like you talking about I'm taking control of the mic. Is this your show?
I mean, nigga, you can be there, nigga.
He said, I'm running late for something. Well, you can be there. If you running late for something, my nigga, you can be there. Don't let me hold you up.
You can be there. I'm just saying, my nigga, you can be there. Hello? Y'all ready for y'all next artist?
See, I switched back into business mode. Like, you know what I'm saying? Through the day, I snapped out like, okay, this is a show. Let me get out of this personal shit, right? But I was still mad. Like, let me get out of this personal shit. But when I went to the side, my ego took the best of me. I came back and I had to say something else.
Give it up for Leah. First of all, for y'all don't know, let me introduce myself.
Right, first of y'all don't know, let me introduce myself, especially to this nigga right here who just took the microphone from me. Let me introduce myself.
Because I'm the motherfucker who paid for this shit while we talking about all this. I'm the motherfucker giving out the money.
Why you playing? I'm the motherfucker who paid for all this shit. I'm the person that's giving out the cash and award to your rappers or whatever. I paid for this shit.
Motherfucker want to rush me off shows. This is my shit. My shit, nigga. This is my shit, nigga. I'm just saying, this is my shit. I'm real. Okay, I'm a jokester, my nigga. That's what I do. Like, you was cracking jokes. I cracked the joke. Don't take it too serious. Like, guy, I'm here to have fun. I'm a real, comment on this. I'm a real nigga full time, though. I'm just saying, though. Y'all ready for y'all next artist? Y'all ready for y'all next? I got plenty of shows going around. Y'all want to hop on some of these shows? Got them all around LA. I don't want nothing.
See, well, he didn't know there. But he didn't know I was there to take his rappers. You know what I'm saying? I was there to put his rappers on my show. Pick the best rappers I want for my show. So it was business for me. But he gonna take the microphone like it is his show. You can't be nice to liberals. You cannot be nice to liberals, right? And he didn't understand what I was saying, right? I'm like, man, hey, man, I'm a real nigga, man. You see me? I was, you know, I'm a real nigga, but it was two egos clashing, right? In my mind, I was saying to myself, I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a street nigga, boy. Put your hands on me and see what happens. You see me? I had on the red rag pants and shit. I had on the blue and white. I was like, put your hands on me. I'm a real nigga, man. I'm a real nigga. I'm a street nigga, boy. See, sometimes that mentality come out of you. Sometimes people bring it out of you at your job. You working, you know what I'm saying, hard and stuff like that. You minding your business, you know what I'm saying, you trying to make some money, and then somebody come fuck with you. And somebody come push that button not knowing who you fuck you are, then that's when you got to let them know, I'm not about this comedy. I'm a real nigga. I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a street nigga, boy. Put your hands on me and find out what happened. Huh? You think I'm playing? Put your hands on me and find out what happened. Sometimes you got to let them know you're a real nigga.
You do. And I don't care about none of it, nigga. I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a straight nigga. I don't need none of it. I'm gonna give you one more time. And you do. One more motherfucking time you do, bro. I done gave you too many chances, baby. It ain't no joke.
My daughter here. Come on.
Pussy ass nigga. One more time. Go with me one more time, and you do. You do. I'm gonna give you one more time, and you do. And I don't care about none of it, nigga. I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a real nigga, I'm a straight nigga, boy. I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a straight nigga, pussy ass nigga. I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a real nigga, to give you one more shot, and you're through. And you're through. I done gave you two niggas chances, baby. I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a real nigga, real. I'm a straight nigga, boy. I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a straight nigga, straight nigga, straight nigga, boy.
That's why I wanted to say, I'm a real nigga, boy. I'm a street nigga, boy. I'm a real nigga. Well, we know Sajuon Barkley ain't got no real nigga or no street nigga in him, right? And that's good. That's a wonderful thing that this dude ain't got no nigga in him. This dude ain't got no kind of fucking nigga mentality, no kind of street mentality. That's good because it's something you got niggas and you got black people. Sajuon Barkley is a black man, right? And name some of the people, like name some of the people that the Democrats, right, have totally went after since they went to talk to Donald Trump, had a meeting with Donald Trump. I mean, this goes way back to Steve Harvey, right? When he went to the White House and he got his ass scalded, right? This goes back way to Ray Lewis and things like that, right? This give me a list of people you can remember, right? That went to have some kind of interaction with Donald Trump, and the media totally and the media and social media and all the libertarians just totally went after their ass, right? Give me, oh, that was Chocolate Cocoa. You're on the other channel. Give me some of the people, right? Can you give me some? I know it's Joe Scarborough. Right? I remember Joe Scarborough. I remember who else? Bill Meyer. They just went after Bill, right? Bill said I had dinner and he was a good dude. He wasn't Hillary. They went after his ass. They had to do the writer of Seinfeld, I forgot his name, Larry David. This nigga wrote a whole damn book about the damn meeting. Dinner with Hitler. Huh? This thank you, sir, for this. Larry Ford say Bill Meyer just had dinner with Hitler. So that means if Donald Trump is Hitler, everybody voted for him as a damn Nazi. Huh? You can't be a nice guy when you're messing with the Democrats. You can't be down the middle. You can't like choose no sides. They want to make you choose a side. Now conservatives, like we don't care if you're independent. We don't care if you're Democrat. We don't care if you're and whatever you are. We don't really care, right? It doesn't get that. We don't get that emotional over things like if you have a meeting with somebody, if you talk to somebody or something like that. We kind of encourage that. We kind of encourage going across the aisle and meeting people and coming to some type of mutual agreement. We want that. But the fact that we can't get that, right? And the fact that you always want somebody to choose your side, or are you gonna dox them? You're gonna threaten them? You're gonna disown them? You're gonna disassociate with them? You're gonna do all that things just because this person wanted to think different and things like that, right? Now, it's a thing, right? I have never in LA. Right? When I was in LA, I told you I have never experienced racism. Never. Right? I haven't been affected by with white people calling me niggas and throwing stuff on me, and I've been scared for my life. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's parts of the country that's like that, but I haven't lived that experience, right? With white folks. I haven't lived no racial experience, right? But I never understood racism until I became a conservative. Right now, I understand how racist black people are. Right now, I have been called all kind of names: coons, sellouts, right? Brainwashed, part of a code. Whatever you. Some of the Uncle Tom, You name it, I've been called that. And these mostly by black folks. Right? All these years, never got called nothing by no niggas, no monkeys, no coons, no none of that. I never been called none of that by white folks. Soon as I turn conservative and they find out I'm conservative, I get hit with all kind of names. I get hit with all kind of derogatory quotes. Never experienced it as a Democrat because I was saying some of the same shit, and you don't think it's racism when you're on that side. You think you're you think you're fighting against the suppressor, the white man, the rich man, the Republican, right? You fighting against the people that's suppressing you. Then you find out these motherfuckers is not really the people that's suppressing me. Right? But then you have people that's like athletes and people on entertainers and musicians and stuff like that. Now they're putting their 2 cents in. But you get somebody like Sajuon Barkley who just want to be a good person, right? And he doesn't really care about politics. He care about people and the well-being of the country, right? He get bombarded with hate. Right? He get bombarded with this omen. He get bombarded with accusations, all because he wanted to have dinner with the president. Now let's get in that. All the Eagles, it was a lot of Eagles still on that bullshit, right? Still on the bullshit about I don't want to meet with Donald Trump and Donald Trump is this and Donald Trump is that, right? If you're going to keep that divisive nature, right, is you're going to keep what if somebody white would have said, I don't want to go and visit Barack Obama? How you think they would have treated that if somebody would have said that, right? I don't want to go visit Barack Obama. Or Kamala Harris is president, I don't want to go visit Kamala Harris. How do you think they would have took that? Right? But they encourage people not to go visit Donald Trump. They encourage people not to go to the White House and talk to Donald Trump, right? They encourage people not to pay their proper respects to Donald Trump, right? If you any kind of honest, decent person, right, you cannot be a Democrat. You cannot be. Not with the shit that they preach, not with the shit that they practice, not with the people that they go after. You cannot be a Democrat if you're a good, honest, God-fearing person. It's impossible. What you gonna say to your God about abortions? What you gonna say to your God about transgenderism? What you gonna say to your God about all this devil worshiping shit coming, all this hate, all this divisiveness? What you gonna say to God then? You agree with it? Right? Because your politics, right, and your policies should reflect your morals. And if your morals are set that low where you don't give a fuck about abortions or transgender or sex and with kids and stuff like that, right, that means you're a Democrat. Go ahead and do your thing. But if you are not that type of person, you either have to be an independent, right, or a conservative. There is no other way. It's impossible. Like they say, oh, you agree with everything Donald Trump say. Okay, what if I did agree with everything Donald Trump say, right? What if I did? And let's say you agree with everything the Democrats believe in. Kamala Harris or Joe Biden or Barack Obama. Let's say you believe in all that hate and divisiveness and gay. Let's say that, right? I think my side will be way more sane than your side. And I will have more faith in whatever Donald Trump believes in and follow than I would have in whatever Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, or Barack Obama believed in, or any Democrat. I would have strong, borders and God and free speech and Second Amendment and low taxes and, you know what I'm saying, and tariffs on other countries and ending wars. And I can fall behind. If you want to say I'm a code and that, okay, I agree with it. But if you want to say I'm a code and going after the government and fighting for transgender rights and LGBTQ rights and men rights in sports, in women's sports, and women and parents can't opt out of sexual books for their kids and open borders and you know what I'm saying. I mean, if you want me to believe in all that, I'm with it. I'm with it if you can believe all in that. But don't try to say, oh, well, you believe and pick and choose what I believe in with Donald Trump if I can't pick and choose what you believe in with the Democrats. If you voted for these people, that means you go with their policies. That means abortions and all that shit. But like I say, Jalen Hurts, or you can't be a good person and a Democrat.
White House, but some of their biggest stars were nowhere to be found. And the drama, yeah, it's way deeper than a scheduling conflict. According to this article in the Inquirer, the Eagles went down 95 to Washington, D.C. to celebrate our Super Bowl victory with President Trump. But Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and a bunch of other key players ghosted the event.
And by the way, I have to tell you something. I was with the Giants and the head coach and some people, and I said, do anything you have to, but don't lose Saquon.
Now, at first, it seemed like your standard handshake and photo op. But when Trump called Big Dom, the team's security boss, to the stage before any player or coach, yeah, that was your first sign that this wasn't just your normal Super Bowl trip to the White House.
They lost Saquon. That was not good.
And then Trump shouted out the Eagles' controversial tush-push play, which the NFL is trying to ban, while Jalen Hurts, the man who perfected it, was nowhere in sight.
I called that one. That was an easy one to call because he played damn well for the Giants. I can tell you that. But he made the right decision because it is a team sport and there's great people in this team.
Saquon. Talk about.
Now, since he went with the dinner with the president, all the Democrats are coming after him, right? Not all of them, but these social media influencers, and these TikTokers, and these people who claim that they're compassionate and loving and with unity and they want to unite the country. These same people are on TikTok and all these platforms, right, saying how bad it is for Donald Trump and Sajuon Barkley to be even, social with each other, right? You can't be social with the president of the United States.
Now meet the moment, big fella. Saquon. Talk about now meet the moment, big fella.
Now that's bad. That's bad for them. Saquon is walking with the president. They don't like that shit. Huh?
So here he is with Donald Trump, and this is him getting off of Air Force One with Donald Trump after going golfing with Donald Trump. Now here is what he said after the backlash.
Well, now we know Saquon will definitely be at the White House tomorrow. Here he is hanging out with Donald Trump a day before the Eagles make their official championship visit to the White House. When he was posted up with Ivanka Trump a couple weeks ago, and I posted about it, a lot of you try to tell me he was just being cordial. Nah, like I said, we know what he is.
Wait, we know what he is. We know what he is. Right? We saw him posting up with Ivanka Trump, and I tried to warn you guys about who he was. And this proves what he is. What do you mean what he is? It's not who he is, it's what he is. Right? You can't be a Trump supporter and a good person. You can't say who he is. That's kind of fucked up. What he is instead of who he is. Who is he? Can you define what kind of person he is, right? What he do for the community, what he do for the public? Can you define that person, right? But what he is, if he's a MAGA supporter, Trump supporter, that really matters. But who he is doesn't really matter. It's only about what he is. This proves what he is. Not even putting him in a human category. Right? Not even personalized, not even individualizing him. Not who, what. What covers a whole lot of things. But who only covered one thing? Who that individual is? Can you define the person instead of the party? Huh? Wouldn't that be nice? Right? If you not automatically judge the person because of the way they vote, but automatically judge the person's character because of what they do. Right? Or who they are. Right? And that's what conservatives have the ability to do. We don't give a fuck if you're liberal, if you're doing things for the community, doing stuff for the right things like kids and stuff like that. We don't give a fuck what party you for. We know you love the country. We know you love its people. But when you say something like we know what he is, that's not causing no kind of unity because you said we are the same things. What? What, MAGA? Trump supporters? That's what we are?
I mean, he was just being cordial. Nah. Like I said, we know what he is. Like, going to the White House is one thing, which, don't get me wrong, still disgusting. But the fact that he's hanging out with him the day before, okay, we see you.
He would say, some people are really upset because I played golf and flew to the White House with the president in all caps. Maybe I just respect the office. Not a hard concept to understand. Just golf with Obama not long ago.
I think the biggest thing that I took away.
Look, he said, I disrespect the office. I just golfed with Obama long ago, right? And he had nothing but nice things to say about Obama. Nothing but glorious things to say about Obama. They didn't say, oh, he's golfing with Obama. You didn't hear Republicans come out and say, oh, he's golfing with Obama. We're going to disown him. Fuck the Eagles. Right? In the Super Bowl, it was lots of Eagles fans. Philadelphia and all that went for Donald Trump. There was lots of Eagles fans. Yeah, Donald Trump. They wasn't cheering against Donald Trump, booing him or nothing like that. Right? They didn't hate Donald Trump. But now you got these people, right, saying, we don't like Sajuon Barkley because he golfed with Donald Trump. But no conservatives say we don't like Sajuon Barkley because he golfed with Barack Obama. And he said nice things about Barack Obama. Hell, we didn't even know. I didn't even know he golfed with Barack Obama until today. Like, damn, he golfed with Barack Obama too? 3 months ago? And they still going after him? Wow. Right? They probably praised him when he, Sajuon Barkley, he's real black, he's this, he's pro-black, he's golfing with Barack Obama, he's with us. He's not MAGA. He's liberal. Because he associated himself with Barack Obama. He must be on our side. But then you find out he's neutral. Oh, he's on nobody's side. Well, we're gonna disown him. We're gonna disparage his name because we thought he was with us. Had nothing but good things to say about Barack Obama. Look how he talk about Barack Obama, like Barack Obama is his daddy. He talk about Barack Obama like Barack Obama's daddy. You can tell Sajuon Barkley is a naturally good, genuine person, but you can't be that as a Democrat.
Office, not a hard concept to understand. Just golf with Obama not long ago.
I think the biggest thing that I took away from playing golf with President Obama was how he treated everybody. Like, how he treated me, how he treated the caddy, how he treated the garbage man, everybody that was just, taking their phone out, trying to take pictures of him. He would go up to all of them, shake their hands, look them in the eye, ask them what their name is.
Look forward.
And that's recently he's been doing that at basketball games and all that shit. Ever since he started fucking with Michelle, he's been getting out fuck with people, taking pictures. He seemed a lot happier now that he's not messing with Michelle. Remember, this was 3 months ago, right in the heart of the divorce. He was at Clippers games. He was spotted everywhere taking pictures with Don Staley and Clippers wanted Jersey. He was at the U.S. basketball team shaking hands with them, right? So he's been kind of everywhere, Barack Obama, doing things with lots of different people, lots of different athletes, right? Taking pictures with them. Hey, having fun with people, trying to be a genuine person until he get into politics, he's somebody else. But just like Sajuon Barkley is saying right now, I guess behind closed doors, Barack Obama is a good person. right? Just like they said about Donald Trump. They like Bill Maher said about Donald Trump. Hell, behind closed door, he's not this type of person. Well, Sajuon Barkley said the same thing about Barack Obama. His politics is one thing, but behind closed doors, he's a nice, genuine person. He's shaking hands. He's doing this. He's a genuine person, and I appreciate that. But you can't. But Barack Obama can't do that in the public. He can't be a nice, genuine person in public because the libertarians will go after him. He's shaking hands with this person. Look at when he was joking with Donald Trump at the funeral. Look how many people went after Barack Obama. Look, Barack Obama is joking with Donald Trump. First he called him this and called him racist, then he up here joking with him. I don't think Barack Obama should be talking to Donald Trump. They went after him. What did Barack Obama say to Donald Trump? We need a lip reader. Right? They even went after Barack Obama. So you know they go after anybody. They don't give a fuck who it is. Right? And Barack Obama to the Democrats is the next thing to Jesus. And I told you, if Jesus was down here, Jesus was friends with Donald Trump, ate a Last Supper with him, or the First Supper with him, or the Middle Supper with him, or any kind of supper, McDonald's or whatever, they would have hated on Jesus' ass too. You cannot be a nice, genuine person and be a Democrat. The shit just don't go together. Right? The shit just don't mix. Huh? It don't go with each other. I want to be a naturally good person and Democrat. How? You're gonna have to hate. You're gonna have to do all kind of shit. You're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to do lots of different things as a Democratic supporter, right? That may go against the average sane person morals. Right? But if you have then no matter if you have Barack Obama, whatever, you can say the most good things about him. But you even see him come out and say anything good about Donald Trump. He just had golf with him. But you can't do that.
Forward to finishing my round with Trump. Now get out of my.
I ask him what the name is.
Look forward to finishing my round with Trump. Now get out of my mentions with all this politics.
Like he was so personable. It was kind of like I admired it. It was cool. Like I try. Obviously, I'm not on that level.
Sajuon Barkley.
Huh? He said he admired how Barack Obama talked to him. Obviously, I'm not on that level, but I'm going to try to make it to that level. I'm going to try to make it that. I'm not there yet. But Barack Obama behind closed doors, I'm not there yet, but I'm going to try to get there. But look how the Democrats and the libertarians going after him.
I admired it. It was cool. Like I try. Obviously, I'm not on that level.
Sajuon Barkley, I'm starting to notice, brother. Listen, Eagles will be, apparently from what I know, will be going to the White House Monday. That's tomorrow, right? Some players are going to be there, some players won't. But Sajuon Barkley, you're taking it to the next level, brother. Chummying up with Psycho T over here. I will say this to Sajuon Barkley, is that understand that a lot of people are going to feel how I feel. I actually got my Eagles shirt on right now. I just remembered. But which is, this isn't about, oh, can't a guy just be conservative? Can he be a Republican? This isn't normal to a lot of people. This person, to a lot of people, is going to be on the wrong side of history. I'm on
to a lot of people, it's going to be on the wrong side of history. What side? What side of history? Is he going to start a revolution? Is he going to start a race war? Is he going? What is he going to do? Is he going to cripple the country? What is he going to do? Right? That's going to make him on the wrong side of history that Joe Biden didn't fucking do. Was on the wrong side of history, like open borders and shit like that, like fentanyl deaths and COVID deaths and shit like that, right? What is Donald Trump going to do that's going to be on the wrong side of history? The borders, that's the wrong side of history. The taking off the transgender and the queers, that's going to be the wrong side of history. Taking men out of women's sports, that's going to be the wrong side of history. Right? Closing the border down to damn near 99.999.9%. That's going to be wrong side of history. Stopping the Ukraine-Russia war. That's going to be the wrong side of history. Killing terrorists. That's going to be wrong side of history, right? renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. That's gonna be the wrong side of it. What part of Donald Trump policies, and especially when these tariffs and this China trade thing go down, which one of these is going to be the wrong side of history? Huh? Huh? Because Joy Reid was saying that shit. You don't want to go. You're going to be on the wrong side of history. What is the wrong side of history?
Those people.
With all this politics, my guy, you are golfing with a president, the embodiment of the term that you used in that tweet.
I first want to start off by saying
He got something to say to all the Democrats and all the libertarians. He got something to say personally. All right? He want to say something personally to y'all.
Embodiment of the term that you used in that tweet.
I first want to start off by saying, make America great again. Trump, that's my brother. Donald is truly the GOAT.
You know what's funny about this whole situation? A lot of people are very upset with Saquon. I'm not upset. You know why I'm not upset? Because he's that type, bro. I don't expect Saquon's weird ass to be in our corner for anything, ever. When has he ever shown that he was that type? Y'all gotta remember, bro, he's with the white woman that said all the N-words and shit and took no accountability, ever.
Look, you're right about that. Why can't certain people just leave people alone? Just let them do what they do. Let them live their life. Let them live their life. That's what happened with the Democrats, right? Even with they law with abortions and all they teachers, and they want to be in everybody fucking business. Medical, federal, local, schools, you know what I'm saying? They want to be in everybody fucking business. Right? Well, who you meet, who you friends with, who you associate with. Don't associate with these people. Don't eat with these people. Don't go to Thanksgiving with these people. Right? With the COVID thing, they separated with your COVID shots. They separated with the vaccines. Now they're separating you with politics and racism and all this old shit, right? They got all kind of ways, sexism and womanhood and all. They got different ways to try to separate you. Right? But they just want to stay the fuck out your business. Hey, just leave me alone. Let me vote for whatever the fuck I want to vote for. Let me hang out whoever I want to hang out with. Just let me live my fucking life how I want to live my life, right? If I'm not hurting you, right? If it's president, is me having dinner or golfing with the president, is that hurting you in any kind of way? Is that affecting your livelihood, your well-being, your safety, your freedom, you know what I'm saying, your financial? Is it affecting you in any kind of way? Well, if it's not, just leave me the fuck alone. Oh, he's with a white girl, he's doing this. Now they're going into his family, now they're going into his wife, now they're going into his daughter.
Listen, bro, in a world of Saquon Barkley's, be a Jalen Hurts. Just be a Jalen Hurts. It's not that hard. But when you
be a Jalen Hurts, you heard him, be a Jalen Hurts. Just be a Jalen Hurts. It's not that hard.
You come from where Saquon comes from, that you can't expect him to take a social justice stance. He don't have that bone in him. I know y'all remember seeing them videos of Saquon where he was at Penn State at the frat type parties. The only thing black about this is the skin. That's it.
To all the libtards in my DMs, cope harder, literally more sensitive than my 4-year-old. I'm going to be smoking that liberal pack all off season.
And throughout all this, choose your fighter, right? You could be a Saquon Barkley who tries to be apolitical in times like these, or you could be a Jalen Hurts.
Hurts kind of hinted that he wasn't feeling the trip down to D.C. when he gave reporters a straight up awkward last week when asked if he was going.
They said Jalen ain't show up to meet my glorious daddy Trump.
Are you planning on visiting the White House next week? Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you.
Kamala Hurts, you lost all your aura, bro.
Meanwhile, Saquon Barkley, my man was out here golfing with Trump and flying in the Air Force One.
I can't play on a team where my quarterback, a teacup, who don't show up to meet the president. I hope the offensive line doesn't block for him next season.
But this quote really gets me, the don't come at me with all this politics and the maybe I just respect the office. My brother in Christ, he doesn't respect the
brother in Christ. Y'all ain't nothing but the devil. How you gonna say my brother in Christ? How you gonna bring that up, my brother in Christ? But you can't respect his decision to have President Donald Trump over for golf, and him and Donald Trump golfing. You can't respect that, but you want to say my brother in Christ. They ain't nothing but the devil, right? The Democrats, they ain't got nothing but the devil in them. But they try to use the word Christ. Oh God, this and Christ. They even said Christ was a transgender. Are you serious? Well, he was fluent and he was this and he was that. They ain't nothing but the devil in you. They ain't got the Democrats ain't got nothing but the devil in them. And they know it too. Anytime you come out and say Donald Trump brought the devil out of us. Donald Trump opened the floodgates of hell. Now we must hold seminars with the devil coming out of hell with demons and shit. That ain't nothing but the devil. If you're a Democrat, you ain't got nothing but the devil in you. I'm keeping 100. You ain't got nothing but the devil in you. Nothing but the devil.
Don't follow me, demon. I don't want demons following me. Do not follow me. You don't mean me no good. You ain't nothing but the devil. You're a cat beater, and you ain't fitting to follow me.
You ain't nothing but the devil. You ain't nothing but the devil. You're a cat beater.
You ain't nothing but the devil. Don't follow me, demon. You ain't nothing but the devil. I don't want demons following me. You ain't nothing but the devil. And you ain't fitting to follow me. You ain't nothing but the devil. Don't follow me, demon. You ain't nothing but the devil. Devil. You ain't nothing but the devil. And you ain't fitting to follow me. You ain't nothing but the devil. You ain't nothing but the devil. You're a cat beater. Do not follow me. 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 I don't want demons following me. I don't want demons following me. You don't mean me no good. You ain't nothing but the devil. Don't follow me, demon. You ain't nothing but the devil. I don't want demons following me.
You ain't nothing but the devil. We don't want no demons following us. You ain't nothing but the devil. Huh? That's all the Democrats is. Ain't nothing but, oh, my brother in Christ. You ain't no brother in Christ. You ain't nothing but the devil.
Maybe I just respect the office. My brother in Christ, he doesn't respect the office. Why would you? And equating Obama to Trump, you're putting them on a level playing field? Like, insane.
Now, social media flamed him up for it.
Here's just a sample, by the way, of.
All right. Respectfully, don't put Obama and Trump in the same sentence. Obama had class. Obama had class when he told the black people, you're going to vote for Donald Trump and you're not going to vote for Kamala Harris. What kind of men are you? Huh? We can't do this. Calling all black men. Oh, come on. Misogynist? You are hanging out with the guy who called black NFL players who kneel against racism sons of bitches who should be fired. It was also some white people that kneeled, some white football players that kneeled with the black football players, right? Should they be fired too? Right? Right? Is that racism? He said NFL players. He didn't say blacks or whites, but it was white players out there kneeling against racism too, right along with the black players. He said they ass should be fired for talking about racism when they're making all that money in NFL. If it was racism, all them niggas wouldn't be playing. It'd be more white boys. Huh? We're going to sign a petition for equity in NFL, more white people and Chinese. The company you keep says a lot about you. Wow. They didn't say that when he was hanging around Barack Obama, right? The company, you didn't hear no Republicans. Oh, the company you keep, you hang around Barack Obama, the company you keep shows a lot about you. Sajuon Barkley, I am no longer an Eagles fan. But you're involving yourself in politics by playing the whatever of politics, whatever. Your place you place yourself in a situation where you're going to something is a response, right? You've been, I can't even read
Of
this.
what he's
Your head
seen
is in the way.
online. Pause to read, but it was bad.
Your head is in the way. You can't pause to read because your head is in the way, right? But like I say, you can't be a good person and a Democrat, right? No matter how neutral you try to be, right? No matter how friendly you try to be, no matter what type of person you are, you can't be a natural good person and a Democrat, right? Because the Democrats, they hate too much. And Democrats say you can't be a good person if you're a Republican. They say that. No matter what you do for your community, no matter what you do, you could have fought for your country in the war. You could have protected your country as a police officer, right? You can go to church every Sunday and praise God. You can do things for your community, do things for sick, donate to this and that cause. But because you're a Republican, you're a bad person. You're a Nazi. You're Hitler. Right? We don't think that way about the Democrats. Oh, you Democrat, you're a baby killer. You want open borders. You want transgenders and women's sport. We don't automatically think that about you. We look at the individual. We ask you your beliefs first and see what you believe in. Lots of Democrats don't believe in transgender sport. They don't believe in open borders. We can agree on certain things. Lots of things that we agree on, but common sense things we don't agree on. If you truly about, you know what I'm saying, politics, truly about your country, and you leaving all the bullshit, racism things out of the way, you focus on the well-being of the country just like a Republican is. But if you're a Democrat, right, and you're a liberal, you're far left, you're not focusing on nothing but division and hate. You can't be a naturally good person and a motherfucking Democrat.
Everyone, this is George Cook at African American Reports. A lot of people are pissed off at Sajuon Barkley for spending a day with Donald Trump at the Bedminster Golf Course here in New Jersey. Now, I would not spend 5 minutes with that piece of shit that's currently in the White House. But what I'm about to say might surprise some of you. I'm not mad or disappointed at Sajuon Barkley. And the reason I'm not mad or disappointed at him, because he's not that guy, and he was never that guy. Sajuon Barkley's always been a good guy who will always try to do the right thing and what's expected of him.
He always tried to do the right thing. No, it was expected of him. No matter if it's golfing with Barack Obama or golfing with Donald Trump. He always does the right thing of what was expected of him. What's so bad about that? Why he got to be the company you keep it on? Why he can't be neutral? Why he can't like respect the office of the presidency like he said? I respect that. He's a naturally good guy. This is somebody who said, I wouldn't have dinner with Donald Trump, and he's a Giants fan. He hates the Eagles. He hates Donald Trump. So he should hate Sajuon Barkley now because Sajuon Barkley used to be on his team and now switched to the Eagles. So he have all the reasons in the world to hate Sajuon Barkley. But he said, I even though I wouldn't do it, I have no problem with Sajuon doing it because he's not that type of guy. And I respect him. Even though you may not respect him, I do.
And the reason I'm not mad or disappointed at him, because he's not that guy, and he was never that guy. Sajuon Barkley's always been a good guy who will always try to do the right thing and what's expected of him.
How did you find out about the opportunity, and what was your initial reaction when you did?
Yeah, I found out in practice last week.
It's about golfing with Barack Obama. You know what I'm saying? I found out in practice last week he wanted to golf with me. He didn't turn him down. Said, oh, no, I don't want to be seen with Barack Obama. He always does the right thing.
Mr. Warren Dom asked me if I wanted to play, and I was like, yeah, I don't know who would say no to that.
He was never not going to go visit the president of the United States.
Yeah, my initial reaction was kind of like, wow, that's pretty cool. I guess I wasn't nervous until I got to a range, and obviously you see him there, and in my head I'm like, all right, how do I start this conversation? Like, what do I say? He's like Sajuon, and he came right up to me, and he made it so much easier on me. So It was a cool experience.
He's the guy that shakes everybody's hands. Go to the hospital to visit sick kids. Knows everybody at the stadium, from the ball boys to the janitors to the people that work in the cafeteria.
Look at Sajuon giving all the high fives, big smiles on his face, and that fresh big chain that he just received after he won the Super Bowl.
That looks like he was running to the Chiefs. Well, some other teams.
But like my coolest thing I took away from that whole experience with him is just how he treats people.
Huh? You see what he's saying about Barack Obama? The thing I took away from the experience is a learning experience from him. He didn't put politics in it. He talked about the individual. He talked about the individual. He talked about Barack Obama. He didn't talk about what he believed in and a vote for this and I'm going to do it. None of that. None of that. That wasn't his concern. He like, this person a good person. I can learn from him. Look at the people he talked to. Look at the pictures he took. He's a naturally good person. Sajuon Barkley is talking about the individual. He leaving politics out of that, but you can't do that if you join a golf experience with Donald Trump, right? You can't just talk about the person. They want you to talk about the politics. He like, I want to talk about the person. Barack Obama was a good person, right? And I have no doubt Barack Obama is probably a good person behind all these politics. If you meet him on a one-on-one individual basis, I'm pretty sure he is a good person in some ways. He can't be all fucked up, right? But he got to do certain things and have a certain persona in front of the cameras, and that persona is hate and division and liberalism and all this other shit, socialism and all that other stuff. You got to have that. LGBTQ and immigrants, you got to have that. But if you meet him on a personal, individual level, he probably is a good person, right? And that's all Sajuon Barkley is saying, right? Look what he's saying about the so-called person we hate. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna say about his experience with Barack Obama. He lying. That's not the real Barack Obama. I have to take his word for it. Like some liberals a lot of liberals won't take Bill Maher's word for who Donald Trump is behind closed door. Well, I have to take Sajuon's word for it because this is Sajuon's experience. I'm not going to say he's lying because he's not talking about politics. He's talking about the person.
But like my coolest thing I took away from that whole experience with him is just how he treats people, from the caddy to anybody that came up to him and looked him in the eye, and make sure he had a conversation with them, asked him what their name was. When you're at that level, you still take the time out to do that. It shows. It was genuine too. You could just tell it was genuine. So.
He's just that nice guy who does what's expected of him and wasn't going to rock the boat.
It just shows, and it kind of like inspired me that I tried to do that already, but it's like you can always try to do that even more.
I don't know what his political stance is. I don't know what his political views are.
Huh? You don't need to know, and that's good. You don't need to know. You shouldn't know. He should be able to keep that a secret. He should be able to keep that to himself. We don't care. We don't care if we golf with Barack Obama or Donald Trump. It's not big news to us. Okay, you say Sajuon Barkley golf with Donald Trump. So what? It's not big. We're not going, oh, Sajuon is a MAGA. Oh, Sajuon is conservative because Sajuon is a Trump supporter. We ain't going to that extent. We're not claiming Sajuon Barkley as a MAGA supporter. Right? We don't care about his politics. We don't care what fuck if he did vote for Kamala Harris. Hell, we ain't stopped watching Stephen A. Smith or Sports Center, and he voted for Kamala Harris loudly and proudly. I ain't stopped watching Sports Center or First Take. I'm not gonna say, oh man, Stephen A. Smith voted for Kamala Harris. I'm gonna stop watching Sports Center. I don't give a fuck who he voted for. Just tell me if the Lakers or the Clippers won. Right? Tell me the latest news on LeBron James. I don't give a fuck about your politics. That's none of my concern. I care about the person and what you got to offer. Saquon, I want to know. I hope you don't run wild on the Raiders or the Chiefs. I mean, the Raiders are the damn Chargers when you play them. That's all I'm hoping. I don't give a fuck about the politics of who you golf with. That's none of my concern. I can care less. You can golf with transgenders, and you can golf with immigrants. You can golf with Barack, Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris, and eat ice cream with them, and play with smell kids' hair. I wouldn't give a fuck. That's your life. But as a Democrat, can't have that.
You always try to do that.
He's just that nice guy who does what's expected of him and wasn't going to rock the boat.
It just shows, and it kind of like inspired me that I tried to do that already, but it's like you can always try to do that even more.
I don't know what his political stance is. I don't know what his political views are, but he's just not that guy that gets involved publicly or says anything about politics. Now, do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm right? Are you pissed at Sajuon Barkley? What do you think?
Hanging out with President Trump, and he also golfed with him. But this is huge because this is showing the world that a shift has happened. People are not afraid to hang out with Donald Trump anymore.
Huh? People are not afraid of the backlash that they get for going to meet with them, they're going to eat with them, they're going to Mar-a-Lago, they're going golf with them. People don't give a fuck no more, right? Because people know with all the shit that's happening, right, that Donald Trump is not racist, and they see where the real racism is coming from. All these accusations and shit, people see through all that shit. And they probably see a genuine person. Donald Trump laughing with him and joking with him and stuff like that. He probably seeing Donald Trump as a genuine person beyond politics. I want to meet the person, not the politician.
They are not afraid because they know it's the truth, and they don't care what people think.
Up with the Sajuon Barkley in the White House. Can we stop with the Sajuon Barkley in the White House and the controversy and all that? I mean, my goodness, this is absolutely ridiculous. The fact that Sajuon Barkley went to go play golf with President Trump is now just a huge thing in the media. How? And for what? This is ridiculous. And I want to get to something that one of his former teammates, or well, not his former teammate, but one of the former Eagles said about this. Former Eagles star safety Malcolm Jenkins says he was disappointed by Sajuon Barkley going to the White House visit early and golfing with Donald Trump, saying, quote, much has been made about Sajuon Barkley and Hurt star running back who made a different choice. Attending the White House visit early and spending the day golfing with the president, it was disappointing to say the very least. But I understand that respect works both ways. Each man has to walk his own path. Ignorance at its finest, end quote. That was ignorance because he went to go golf early with President Trump. Now there's disrespect issues. What?
Right? Now you see where the real racism is coming from, right? Now you see where the real division is coming from, right? And it's mainly, to keep it 100, it's mainly black people. Right? And it's mainly white people using black people to be racist. Right? And they're not using black people to be racist, but they know it's good for politics. Right? Because these are white people. So you think, right, it's not a strategy to have black people, if you're a white person, to have black people to go after your political enemy and call them all kind of racist names and accuse them of all kind of hateful crimes and hating America and hating the poor and hating every kind of victim and accusation in the world. They just had news coverage, right? Negative coverage on Donald Trump. Let me see. Negative news coverage on Donald Trump, right? They just came out with a stat on that, right? Negative news coverage. Okay, news coverage. Then it came out with a stat for that. News coverage on Donald Trump. On Donald Trump. On Donald Trump. Right? Here we go, right here. This came out with a new poll, right? Right? What was this? This is today, right? Okay. ABC, NBC, and CBS slapped Trump with 92% negative coverage as 100th day of second term approaches, studies find. Right? You got a 92% negative. Evening newscast, ABC, whatever, slap president number 90, right? The MRC, World News Tonight, NBC 90 News, and whatever, right? The media found that 92% of the coverage was negative compared to 7.8% positive, right? Think about that, right? Think about them numbers, right? Right. Let me see. Biden, right? Saturated newscast 90. Yep. Despite the overwhelming negative of their coverage, the networks found that irresistible as news subject as least compared with Biden from January 20th, April 9, 2019, and the network saturated their newscast with 1,900 minutes of Trump news during the same time period this year. We tell a massive 17.16 whatever 1,700 minutes, right, of coverage. But in 2001, even news viewers saw only 726 minutes of Biden coverage during these same weeks. This is less than half the airtime devoted to either of the new Trump administrations, right? So look at the coverage, right? It was somewhere where they said Joe Biden had some kind of, right, network spin on Donald Trump's tariff faced 93% negative coverage, while those cutbacks of government were greeted with 97% negative. Whoa, huh? That's on the news. 97% negative coverage. Think about that. Last year, Trump started defamation. Yeah, but 90. Let's look at it. Huh? You don't think if you have, think of anything in the world that is 93% and it's still 93% against it and it's still successful. Think about that. Think about you only having 7% of positive feedback against 93% negative feedback, and you still win. Imagine if social media wasn't out. Imagine these different platforms wasn't out with Donald Trump going like Joe Rogan and stuff like that. Imagine if it was just the news, and Donald Trump had no other platforms like Twitter or Truth Social or YouTube or TikTok or the different platform. What if it was that and we just had to go on ABC and NBC News and we had 93% negative coverage of these news things, and this is the only news we had to watch? Could you imagine how the view of Donald Trump would be then? Because it would be worse than that, right? You wouldn't get no other opinions. You wouldn't get no outside information. You wouldn't give nobody debunking the lies. You wouldn't get nobody saying this is false. You would get nobody. It will be a total landslide if we depended only on the media. We think Joe Biden was a genius, right? We think this was the best Joe Biden ever. We think Joe Biden was running circles around people behind closed doors, right? We'll believe all this, right? We'll believe that there's no inflation. We'd believe that the border was under control. We'd believe that there's nothing wrong with the border. We'd have believed all kinds of shit because we would only had one source of news and they had 93% negative coverage of conservative values and conservative beliefs. So you wonder why freedom of speech is important? For that very reason right there. So because somebody got to fact check the fact checkers. If you don't get nobody to fact check the fact checkers, you be, Bidenomics was working. Yeah, remember that? Bidenomics was working. You would have had people believing Bidenomics was working. You wouldn't have had nobody get up there and say, hey, man, this shit is not working. Look at this or look at that or read this. It would have been it would have been nothing. Bidenomics is working. How? You would have to believe that there was no inflation. You'd have to believe that the COVID shot was the only way to cure the vaccine. I mean, to cure the COVID. The vaccine shot was the only way to cure the COVID. You have to believe that masks was there to protect you. You'd have to believe there was no setback in schools. You'd have to believe there was no DEI in schools. You'd have to believe that it was no schools teaching transgender studies. You'd have to believe all this because this is what the network was pushing. Huh? But I'm going to leave y'all with that. Hopefully you enjoyed the show and learned something about these hateful ass, demon ass Democrats that you didn't learn before. But I hope y'all enjoy the show. I'll probably be back later with another show. Keep tuning in, hit that like and that subscribe button. I am out. Catch you on the next one.